It's another great day on What's Buzzing, where we tell you about some social media buzzes for the week. My name is Eunice Achu. You're welcome. To this edition, the killing of officers and soldiers of the Nigerian Army who are attached to the 63 Brigade at the Okwama community in Ugele Delta State is still eliciting outrage among many Nigerians. Earlier into the week, 14 lifeless bodies of the military men were recovered. Some of the bodies were said to have been beheaded. The governor of Delta State, Sheriff Oborevwori, condemned the killings of the soldiers, describing the incident as despicable and not in sync with the culture and tradition of Deltans. Barely 24 hours after the bodies of the slain soldiers were recovered, which is now 16 as the report covered, several houses in the Okwama community where the soldiers were killed were set on fire, prompting residents to flee to neighboring communities for the fear of reprisal attacks by soldiers. Nigeria's President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in his official reaction to the killings of the 16 soldiers, warned that any attack on the armed forces or any of their men would be considered an attack on the nation. He granted the military full powers to go after those who killed the soldiers and condoled with their families. And just reaction to this reads: the Nigerian Army personnel weren't killed on the Okwama soil. They were killed on the open river very far from Okwama, and their bodies were recovered along Focados River. So why burn houses of innocent villagers in Okwama? Why not go after the militants who killed them? That's in reaction to the burnt community. And the Duchess comment said, where could these militant murderers probably come from? In a situation like this, regardless of where it happened, the nearest community pays for it. It is either they came from the nearest community or they settled there to carry out their heinousness. And Pearl's comment to this says, more communities are currently being razed to the ground by the Nigerian Army. Sad. Say no to genocide, say no to mass murder in Delta State. Enough is enough. Continued killings by the army won't solve anything. There is more to this than meets the eye. Stop the killings now. And Tilda's comment said, suddenly everybody is an advocate for the Nigerian military because the killings happened in Delta. I never saw this devotion when schoolgirls were abducted and their kidnappers were reinstated back to the society after claiming repentance. Multiple soldiers have lost their lives in the North. Well, to the next story on the buzz list, Nnamdi Kanu has accused government officials of making money off insecurity in the southeast. The detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, in the course of the week, dissociated himself from the ongoing insecurity in the southeast, warning that those behind the wanton destruction of lives and property in the name of IPOB will not go scot-free. A visible angry Kanu, who spoke with journalists inside the courtroom shortly after the end of the proceedings, however, alleged that the crisis has festered in the zone because some persons in government were complicit, and that if released, he could restore peace in a matter of minutes. The IPOB leader has been in custody of the DSS since his extradition in June 2021 and is facing charges bordering on treasonable felony. First reaction to this is from Colobus Desmond, who said this need to be thoroughly investigated because most of us also thinks the whole situation is overhyped. Ahmed Tukuru's comment said he needs to be given a chance and be monitored. Southern Rich comment to this says, your so-called followers are the main people profiting from the insecurity in the southeast. Stop deceiving the vulnerable. And to our final story, Zenith Bank has named Adaora Umeoji as its first female group managing director, chief executive. Her appointment, subject to the approval of the Central Bank of Nigeria, takes effect from June 1st, 2024. According to the bank, she takes over from Dr. Ebenezer Onyago, whose 5-year term expires on May 31st, 2024. After a very successful tenure, Dame Dr. Adaora Umeoji is the first female GMD CEO since the inception of the bank, and her appointment is consistent with the bank's executive transition, tradition, succession plan and strategy of grooming leaders from within. Zenith Bank said in a statement in the course of the week. Senator Shehu Sani has reacted to this saying, dear Zenith Bank, with this your new CEO, you just stylishly want all depositors to shift to your bank. other banks, take note, she's quite a pretty woman. And Lucky Diva's comment says Dr. Adaora Umeoji has achieved a lot. She studied at top schools like Harvard and Columbia, earning degrees in business and law. She's also got lots of certificates in banking and management. The Nigerian government even honored her in 2022. Congrats to her for becoming Zenith Bank's new CEO. And story comment to this says, beauty with brains. Not all these girls seeing bone straight and iPhone as life achievements. And White Sun comment to this reads, people that say females aren't important, hope then they see this. I always wish to have a smart classic female child. Yeah, females are important. And so is everyone though. That's how we call it a wrap on What's But I hope you had fun watching. My name is Eunice. Till I see you again. Always stay safe. Bye for now.